И... Тон!
Иде?
28-144, 3 пикап.
Иде?
33-147 пръв път.
И акция!
Kako li ne slušati kozi?
И... Акция!
I think what is really good about this film is that we managed to, I mean, from a production side, is that we managed to get a team of people coming from really, I mean, many countries. There's a team of very good people who were chosen on the basis of what they do and how good they do, how good they are as professionals. Like the production designer, David Vance, who comes from England, and the makeup artist who comes from Italy, and so on and so on. It's an amazing script and a very interesting project, because it kind of breaks certain limits you have, one of them being the combination of fictional and documentary elements, which is quite unique, and the other being combining three different stories and combining them in a way that is not rational, combining them on the emotional level, really.
These three stories belong together only in terms of tonality, mood, perhaps some overriding reflection on human life would be what links them into one piece.
Видиш женско да има кой да я научи леп да меси.
Cut.
Може на
Окей.
When we like a film, we like it for what's between the lines. The plot is just the skeleton of your beloved. If you fall in love with a guy or a woman, you're probably falling in love with other things, you know, with the surface or with the heart, but seldom with the skeleton. Yet without a skeleton, they would fall apart.
I think the best thing in this movie is that universal feeling you have, because there is a lot of humor inside. For me as an actor, and I think the audience will see it too. And there is a lot of sorrow inside, you know.
She's an emotional girl. I mean, she wants to have a life, and with Colette it's too calm, too careful.
We are lonely. I mean, for whole our life. It doesn't matter if we are in some connection with other.
And she chose Simon because he is more like her, I mean, in a way. He's maybe more silent and everything, but he's full with feelings and full with love. I think that she wants that.
Do you want to talk about actors?
Well, filmmaking for me is an extension of writing, and I'm talking about the narrative film. You know, 2 hours, beginning, middle, and end, or maybe 4 hours if you're more pretentious. But so I'm not talking about avant-garde film, which could be closer to abstract painting or contemporary art. So in narrative film, for me at least, It is all an extension of storytelling, if not of writing itself. And if it is an extension of storytelling, then the elements of the undertaking of filmmaking all serve the purpose of telling this story. And I don't mean just the plot, I mean the story, the feeling, the sensation, the editing and working with actors are sort of literally closest to writing for me.
Не, во дворище може пада го име, пошто они кои ќе го засувате куќето иде по него.
Няма кога доаѓаат, кога не иде кај бабата. У ствари, кога иде кај бабата е добро да ги...
Јел компликувано се живот. Виши како сте. Можете да дојде куќе? Како да појава така?
Викаш?
Да дојде.
And your stories are Macedonian stories with Macedonian characters, most of them?
I spent my entire adult life in New York and a little bit in America. Two different things. Yet I do most of my feature films in Macedonia. But they're not necessarily films about Macedonia, they're films from Macedonia. And I'm not sure why it is that way. It's probably a shorthand to something that I felt and learned when I was much younger, probably at about the time you learn how to speak. And now it's maybe a matter of just sort of coming back and tapping into it, sort of things that are pre-verbal.
You also do something which is quite unusual. You combine documentary and fictional material.
I used to be very suspicious towards documentary. First of all, it felt like such a lie. You call it a documentary, but then you manipulate it. But with time, I started respecting it more, and I'm still trying to navigate my way through how we portray real events and real people, and how we deal with real people's lives. I'm very, very skittish about how we deal with it, about how much right we have to talk about something that we haven't witnessed with the camera at the moment when it happened. But in the big picture, this becomes one element, one huge element in how we talk about bigger issues, how we talk about human life, how we talk about victims, how we talk about what makes us happy or sad. So the documentary then is an approach, is an element, is like when Robert Rauschenberg takes a photograph and puts it in one of his paintings. So it serves a bigger purpose in a way.
Also that mixture of different people coming from different parts of the world, getting together to make a film in a small language really, to make a small film, telling a very original story, always combined in such a way, is really what makes this very unique.
First time as comfortable, and for the first time I feel as much joy as I do when I write. And it has to do with the process, which was more intuitive, with how I understand my responsibility, and most definitely with the people who are involved in this film, as compared to some of the people who were involved in my previous films.
Sapunica, tu imamo stara.